Can you smell what the flock is cooking? Flock up or flock off, not you. Stick around because it's about to go down. You're now flocking with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse. Let's flock and go here on a What the Flock Wednesday. And there's so many, as usually the case is on What the Flock Wednesdays, so many What the Flocks to get into, man. First things first, you know what? Nah, let's keep it out of the way. Let's keep the maniac thing the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you bought that fire, goes fly. Drop a comment in the box. If you fly with the flock, let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Note again, you hit that bell. You get a bing whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Let's fly. But wait, while that's the maniac thing, let's get the main thing the main thing. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good sides, clear skies. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there because we're about to go there. Oh, yeah. And today, it's all about Nick and Sirianni. Nick and Sirianni and Howie Roseman hopped up on the podium today to address us, the fan base. Me, I was sorely mistaken yesterday when speaking on this meeting. I thought it was a meeting amongst themselves. However, it was a meeting for the media. And they came out here and they spoke their piece. They did their thing. You know, at least in my estimation, I know a lot of people out there are wondering right now why Nick Sirianni is still in the building due to the fact that it seems that we're going to embrace, you know, let's get a few takeaways, just a few quick takeaways from what I took away from this, just me, myself. Because then, I don't know, initially I was taking notes like, okay, they're saying this, they're saying that. Then I became enamored with the conversation and the back and forth, and things that I would think, and things that you're thinking, and things that they're thinking, and what's going on, what the flock is we thinking. But right off the bat, I believe the first question was Jalen Hurts consulted about the Brian Johnson thing? And then I believe Nick Sirianni, not so sincere in this case, he went into a lot of lip service. But what I did catch from that, he didn't say anything about consulting Jalen Hurts. And then I believe Howie Roseman, later in the press conference, he illuminated to the fact that, or better yet, intimated to the fact that, you know, he doesn't believe that it's fair to Jalen Hurts to speak on consulting a 25-year-old about decisions that are so, I guess, important. I mean, much like I spoke about yesterday, the fact that a lot of what he went through in the last offseason, acquiring so much money, then having to go through the, I guess, the circus, if you will, of navigating what comes with that money. So, you know, I guess they're trying to take a little bit off of his plate as far as off the field things go, as far as things that are on football related, albeit, you know, coordinators and losing coordinators and all the things. It's just things that they don't feel that, to sum it all up, it's just things that they don't feel that they should put on Jalen Hurts' plate. And to that I say, what the flock? I don't mind. And I don't know why I said what the flock there. It's because this is What the Flock Wednesday, and I feel like every now and again I feel the need to say what the flock, especially when I start the video saying there's so many what the flocks, but we're going to get to that in a second. Just surmising what I took from this press conference real quick. So they spoke on that. They didn't really say much about that, but they did in a roundabout way, but I get it. Then I also heard Nick Sirianni say something along the lines of, what was it? Toughest throws, blah, 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 blah. Consulted Jaden, fresh ideas. He spoke about fresh ideas, and all we can do is take this man at his word, much like how we spoke about in this conference. Also, you know, they have trust in Nick. It's very hard to accumulate, 34 wins in 3 seasons. From a head coach in this league, it's very hard to do. What is that? An average of 11 wins a season. So, you know, yeah, and I get it. It's hard. Well, us as fans, you know, we lack a bit of patience. But I do feel that we need to not so much owe this man loyalty, but at least one season. And we're taking this bad season, which was 11-6, as the end-all be-all. Like, I can't judge a man off of the last 6 games that I watched. I'd be a fool if I did that and not look at the whole body of work, much like a lot of people are doing with Jalen Hurts. Like, those last few games, people forget that for the first 11, 12 games of the season, he was the front runner for the MVP. A lot of people have recency bias. They see what they last saw and they want to latch on to that. Like, it's wild to me. And I think, you know, like I said, once again, I'm not here to tell people how to cheer, how to root, or how to go about their everyday, whatever the case may be. But I mean, I just think it's a bit wild for people to take that little small 6 games. I heard someone say something crazy the other day, like they're taking that and these are just overreactions masquerading as explanations. And I just don't believe that's the case. Just something I felt I needed to share with y'all real quick. So you got that going on in the fresh ideas. I'm all here for it. We need to see it. And if we don't see it, then poof, vamoose. You asking me, get the flock out of here. But as it stands right now, like, is just not the right word. Just a bit of loyalty, a bit of patience. Take your time, flip the pillow, cool the flock out. And so to that, I will definitely say, what the flock is up with some of you fans out there that just have this knee-jerk reaction. I'm hearing craziness out here. I mean, I expected from the silly trolls of the, what's his name, Dan Silio? Even though sometimes I do flock with him, man. He's entertaining. He does what he does. He does his thing, and he knows exactly what the flock he's doing. But I mean, like, Pinocchio Nick, like, what are we talking about here? This blast, and I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I opened my eagle eye. We can't see the there goes eye. Poke my beacon. Hopped into a Philly 500 joint real quick, and I just clicked it real quick. Now, first thing I hear is Nick Kotite. I don't know if you don't know me. You'll know. Rich Kotite is like, I hear that name. It's like kryptonite to Superman. It drives me crazy. Rich, get the fuck. I mean, dude, Rick, really? Really? We're comparing Nick Sirianni to Rich Kotite? It's wild, but I understand everyone has the right to lament this last season however they deem fit. Just got me over here saying, what the flock are we doing? What bizarre world are we in that just a year ago to this day, we were in the playoffs on our way to a Super Bowl, and just like that, we're flipping after 11-6 season. This wild to me, but that's just me. That's how I feel. I'm gonna calm down a little bit. So you took that from the press conference. What else did I take? I took that the comment section as well, but that coincides with what I just said. Like, it's wild to me what the flock is up with us out here. I understand this is what some people doing. You know what I'm saying? I probably have my time. I've probably been there myself. Times, you know what I'm saying, going crazy over certain things that I wasn't feeling. So once again, I don't want to sound like a broken record while I keep saying this, but I mean, gotta chill out. Gotta chill out. It's not my job to tell you what to do or how to do it. It's just a little bit of perspective in this situation. It was an 11 win season that definitely went off a cliff. And yes, we are upset about that, but what about the 11 wins? We forget that. That's out the window. We still won more than we lost, bro. Like, we were in the dance. We had a chance. What else more do you want from this thing, man? I think we're one of probably 3 or 4 teams that have been in the playoffs the last 3 years in a row. Like, what are we talking about here? This dude hasn't coached one season where he hasn't made the play. I'm gonna chill out because it's just about a week and 2 days ago, I was ready to have him up out of here too. So basically, I say all that to say that I get it. I really do. I get it. And then we get into this, like, what the flock, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fans are saying, okay, cool, you get rid of the DC, you get rid of the OC, and probably going to be all kinds of moving parts. What the flock are we keeping the head coach for? What does he do? He had coaches, bro. And then you're like, oh, but he's not, if you're going to take in new ideas from a different scheme and this, that, and the third, like, what do we need Nick for? We see that this man knows how to lead men. He led men to a Super Bowl. He knows how to galvanize a room. These players are clearly still behind him. The coordinators may have lost some of the room, but I don't think I'm smarter than Howie. I don't think I'm smarter than Jeff. I don't think I'm smarter than Nick. If the players weren't still with this guy, he'd be the flock up out of here, and I'd be the first one hailing his cab down to get him up out of here. But as it seems to me right now, our team, like Howie, Jeff, Nick, they all have our team's best interests in tow. I can't see them doing this for, well, you know what? Yeah, let me chill out because there's a lot of big egos. There's a lot of money involved in that room, right? So, I mean, I guess I can see it, but I mean, I just don't believe it. We've seen this show before. After appearing in the Super Bowl, things get a little shaky. We write this shit back up. I mean, if you want to look at it, dude, like over the last, 20 years, since this millennium, since this century, bro. Well, we've been at 8, 9, 10. That's like one every 2 years. We're in a conference championship game every flock in 2 years. Who got it better than us, bro? And speaking of who got it better than us, man, I saw that defensive coordinator from Michigan might be one of the finalists for our DC mention. I recall watching that championship game, albeit I know it's college, just watching that championship game. And I'm like, dude, why don't we do stuff like this? Just seeing some of the schemes that he was running out there. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? I think the lights just went out. That's crazy. Whatever, we in here. Lights out. I don't know what that means. Is it a sign, y'all? Whatever the case may be, we've got that going on. Mints, I want Minter in here if we could get him up an interview or something, right? But back to the point. So they're saying back, what does he do? What does Nick do? We could ask the same question about Jim. Jim Harbaugh was a special teams coach, bro. Went on to become, we do this on the fly. You know how I do. You know this guy, Fly Eagles Fly, 24/7, 360 Fly. Yeah, so what does Jim Harbaugh do? This is a special teams coach leading the Baltimore Ravens to what yet? I believe this is going to be his second Super Bowl. No, they're not quite there yet. I don't know. KC may have something to say about that. Regardless of what, that's a Super Bowl winning coach over there. And it's just, you need a guy to run this whole operation, run this thing right. And I believe Nick is the guy to do it. If he's not, Flock, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I hope he proves me right next season, because, you know, that's all we really have to rest our hats on right now. Not to mention, we've got a whole lot of good things coming in this offseason I can't wait to get into, man. We got 9, as it stands right now, I believe 9 draft picks to reshape, rethink this team and how we're going to be going forward. We're going to get some new coordinators in here. I'm hyped for that, to see what's going on with this. Nick Sirianni is my guy. Jalen Hurts is my guy. This defense, the young up-and-comers, Jalen Carter. Got freaking Bear Jordan over here, Jordan Davis. You know, I know a lot of people are soured on him. I'm not one of those people. I believe he's still got a lot left in the tank. This dude's tank is damn near on full. We need coordinators up here that are going to coach these guys up right, man. And I'm hearing, like I said yesterday, we've got the Reichs of the world and the Riveras of the world. We do need a little bit of R&R right now, for real. You got that going on. Not to mention, I saw I believe Jacob Media posted it on YouTube that Eric Bieniemy may be in the what's like. Just give me some guys. Give me some innovative offense. Give me some tough dudes on defense. Get us back to, and we've got to change our philosophy, I believe. Like, I was one of those guys that was up to thinking that, you know what, calm these guys down in the offseason for practices. Let's get these guys in here healthy. But clearly that seems to have been flipped on its head, albeit much like our coach and our GM said, you know, you can't just base everything that you do off of this last 6 games and think, you know, we're flipping the whole table. Do you guys think we need to flip the whole table? There's still some good left in there. I think it's just a reimagining, a rethinking of what we've done and doing it better. That's all it is. See, these other teams catch up to you, and now we could get back to hunting. We would have hunted this year. Didn't do too well at being the hunted, but you know what? Throw these dogs masks back on and get back to doing what we do, man. But you know how I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time. It's always Eagles O'Clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beacon. Let's flock and go. Till the next time, make it your best time. In the between time, keep it a green time, because it seems like it ain't the right time, because this light time is definitely off. But yeah, man, we got questions. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. EAGLES, Eagles. Let's fly. Let's get the flock out of here. I'm just saying, dude. I mean, I just think Nick's my guy. And I'm fine with that, period.